guys, it's Abby from Make Life Your Runway, and we're here with a get ready with me. So we're just gonna jump in. I feel real chit chatty. We got some new products, different products, Shop My Stash products that we're gonna use. So that sounds like something you'd like to watch, then just keep watching. Here we go. Okay, so you can see I have eye patches on. So in last week's video, the Shop My Stash, I talked about some products I picked up during Ulta's semi-annual beauty sale, the new 21 Days of Beauty. Oh, we got water, of course. I showed a couple of those products that we picked up, so I will use some of those today, like this. So these are the Good Molecules Caffeine Energizing Hydrogel Eye Patches. This is the first time I've used them, and I do like that they stick on my face. Like, I've been walking around the house, let the dogs out, they're staying in place. Got the camera set up. It's nice when you open it. It has one of these to get the eye patches out. It has a lid, and these are nice and juicy. I will say they're really thin, so they're a little bit difficult to get out of the package, but you use this to kind of help scoop them out. So far, first impression is really good on them. They're about in the $25 range, something like that. And then I saw Erica Taylor on TikTok talk about using under your eye patches, like an eye gel or eye serum or something like that. And I just happen to have a Good Molecules one, just coincidence, but this is the Yerba Mate Wake Up Eye Gel. So I did my moisturizer with SPF, then I put this on, and then I put these pads on top. And they've been on for probably about 5 to 10 minutes. So we are going to take them off. Let me get my mirror set up here. Alright, so we'll just take them off. Yeah, I like that they're like kind of like juicy. They stick well. They have a lot of like product on them, so it does feel like they are nice and moisturizing. And then I'm just going to wipe off the excess gel because we are obviously going to do makeup, so I want to make sure my makeup sticks nicely. Just going to press it in. Mix of press and rubbing in. I don't know. It looks nice. It feels nice. It feels very cooling, which is nice. So, just grabbing a wet wipe to have on hand. Alright, and then we also need to do some moisturizer because my lips are always dry. So this is one of the things that I had purchased. My yummy lip gloss! Okay, I had purchased the e.l.f. Squeeze Me lip balm. This one is in strawberry. This is supposed to be like a dupe for the Laneige lip balms that are in the squeezy tube. It does feel like thick, and it has a strong scent like the Laneige ones. But as far as the formula being similar, not really sure about that part. It does feel nice. It looks nice. Kind of thicker, which is nice. It's all nice. But the tube is so little. But if you look at like what's in it as far as ounces and stuff, it's about the same as a normal one. They just kind of crammed it into this little guy. Alright, so face is prepped. We are going to go in and start with our makeup. Alright, so getting ready for work. So makeup is going to be simple, glowy, probably not deviating far from what I typically do in my get readies with me's. But I feel chit-chatty, so we'll just talk along the way. My dog Lily is eating food, so you might hear that in the background. But yummy, she can't stay off the floor today. Of course, we're going with the L'Oreal Glotion in medium 904. This is almost out, but I love it. We're going to use the e.l.f. Beauty Sponge. So I'm just going to put this directly on the sponge. Sometimes I'll put it directly on my face. I just switch it up. I really like this. So good. I'll definitely repurchase it down the road. So I just put some on, and I'll just stamp, 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 and then I'll start pressing it / rubbing it in. this is going to give a nice glow base because the foundation that we're using is a matte foundation. So I still like my skin to glow because my skin is more on the dry side. So just press that in. Take it down the neck. Super simple, and even though it looks really dark, when you apply it, it blends in to be nice. Like, you're still going to get a little bit of a bronzed look, but it doesn't look super intense. Like, it kind of matches your skin really. Just gives it like a slight tint to it. Alright, and then I did one day mix my Revlon Color Stay. This is in 150. This is a perfect match for me, but it's a like drier formula. One day I mixed it with my L'Oreal True Match Lumi, which is obviously too dark for me now. And it was a pretty combo because Erica Taylor also says that your foundation and concealer should not be super like brightening as you age, because it's going to show more of like your imperfections and wrinkles and stuff. So if you have your skin tone or maybe just like a little bit darker than that, then it's going to make you look more youthful. So let's just go ahead and mix them again. So I'm just going to do like a pump there, and like I said, that is my perfect color, and you really don't need a lot of this, but we're just going to make it a little darker, a little glowier. You can see the difference. Well, now they're starting to blend together, but from the top to the bottom, there is quite a shade difference in that. This is good for me in the summer, but in these like winter / spring days, it is a little too dark for me. But together, we can make it work. Let me see if I can adjust the lighting a little bit. Yeah. Less orange because I dimmed these other lights. But I just have it on the back of my hand, and I'm just going to press it into my skin. Alright, so one of my favorite things is like staying up with things that are happening in the world, mostly in terms of trending pop culture. I do like to keep up on stuff that's more serious than that, but I feel like life is like so serious right now that I want to know what's going on, but I don't want to hyper fixate on things. So I had taken a break off of TikTok for almost 2 weeks because I was just getting annoyed with the talk of the band and how that was becoming like a political talk, and people were starting to get really political on TikTok, which it's an election year here in the US, so that's to be expected. I like to stay in the loop on things, like on both sides, but I also don't want that to be the only thing that I consume. So I took a couple weeks off, and then I decided I was missing TikTok. So this was during the time of Kate Middleton being lost. We thought she was lost. She was unfortunately at the hospital for stomach cancer. So I missed a lot of those updates as they were happening and all those posts about it. But then when I saw that Puff Daddy is being raided by the FBI for trafficking, I was like, I gotta be in the know. I gotta know what's happening, which I'm so glad I got back on TikTok. J.Lo let out a release a documentary on Amazon Prime where she's completely unhinged. No one's talking about that. She's probably trying not to talk about it at this point, the way others are giving their feedback. This is Maybelline Super Stay 30-hour concealer. This one's in 15, so again, we're going just slightly darker than what I maybe typically would have done just even a couple months ago. But I have been liking the formula of this concealer, but also just the darkerness of it. The darkerness, the shade of it. I don't know. I think it does just even my skin tone and give me a good base. And I don't feel like my fine lines and stuff are being super shown. I mean, you can't hide them completely. So anyways, so J-Lo's kind of imploding right now. I need to watch that documentary. Like, have you guys heard of it? Have you watched it? Do you know what I'm talking about? I saw some clips of it and I'm like, is she okay? So yeah, I just really like being in the know of what's going on. And then that cargo ship hit the was it Baltimore, DC bridge? That's kind of wild. They had a power outage, which then of course everyone's like, conspiracy, conspiracy. I mean, maybe it could have been hacked or something like that, but I was watching this guy who is a chief engineer, not for that cargo ship or that situation, but just in general, that's what he does. And he was like, you know, they maybe could have been hacked, like the systems aren't perfect, but he was like, they were completely dark when they hit that bridge, which is the sign of a power outage, because all their systems will fail and just automatically send out maydays, but they will have no control over what's happening in the ship when that happens. We're gonna set with Huda Beauty. This is Cupcake. It's kind of like a vanilla color. It's maybe like a little hint of pink to it, but not too much pink. We're just gonna use that kind of along my nose. He was like, if they were hacked, I think they would have done a little bit more than lights out hit a bridge, but who knows, things happen. Alright, so I'm gonna put it on my e.l.f. puff, kind of just keep it in the inner corner. Again, Erica Taylor taught me this. And you're just going to press it in, because she said as we age, our face droops. So you want to try to like create an illusion that you're not drooping. That you are young, youthful. Not that you have to look young forever, but I think we always want to look our best despite our age or what our skin and body is doing. Anyways, I like hearing both sides. I like hearing the like logical side of things. I also like, I don't like to deep dive conspiracies because I think it's not great for my mental health, but it is nice to hear a couple, just kind of see where they're at, you know, just kind of touch base with them. I just love it. I don't know. I've always been someone who likes to hear what's going on, and I don't necessarily want to be a part of the drama, but I like to know what's happening. All right, this is something else I picked up, the MAC Studio Fix. I went with the color or shade in 4, and I am happy with this shade match and also with this product. Oops. It does flip open and it has a little like sponge in it, but we're just going to use a Real Techniques fluffy brush to set the rest of my face. And I will go under my eyes, but I want to keep it pretty light. And I mostly just want to take the tackiness out of the rest of my face, so when I apply my bronzer and such, it's not like skipping or, you know, applying weird. So that's what the base is looking like. Quick, simple. If I wasn't talking through it, we would have been done in just a few minutes. So, enjoying that. As far as bronzers, we had pulled a couple out in my basket. So we pulled out NARS. This is the Laguna 2 bronzer, and it looks like this. And I also pulled out the Too Faced Sweet Tea bronzer. This one is no longer available, but they are similar in the sense that they're a little bit of a glowy, warm bronzer, but we'll go with the NARS today because I've used the Too Faced a lot on my channel. And we'll just go in with another Real Techniques brush. This particular one is the multitask brush. I just like that it's like a little pinched. And I load it up, tap it off, and then I start with putting it mostly into my hairline and then blending it down. So pigmented. Just working through it. Alright, Lily's done eating. Now Goldie's stealing her food. Goldie, is that yours? You have your own. Yes, and then I just bring it down. Sometimes I'll go with more products, sometimes I won't. It really just depends on how intense the bronzer is, and this one is pretty pigmented. And then I'll kind of do some on my eyes, down the bridge of my nose. I'll get a little bit more to run down my jaw and neck. Anyways, what stories are you guys following? Do you follow social media stuff, celebrity stuff? It's wild out here, okay? It's wild. And I think that, like, because of how advanced social media is, in particular TikTok, we are literally staying up to minute on things happening. And the almost 2 weeks I was off of TikTok, truly Instagram and Facebook cannot keep up with the information like TikTok can. It's wild. It's so wild. Alright, so another thing that I had picked up during the Ulta sale is the Too Faced Cloud Crush blushes. They look like this. They were half off. Well, I think everything was half off. Or is. I think it's still going on. This color is Golden Hour. I mostly just wanted this because of how cute it is. I've been eyeing them for a while, but I haven't really seen too many people say like a lot of positive things about them. And I've used this once, and I will say it's not very pigmented. So here's what the color looks like. So it looks like it would be super intense because it looks like a bold color in the pan. But we're going to use my bling brush in F5 to dab. So I'm like going in. Okay, we're not being shy. And just kind of the apples on my cheek, take it back. Like, it's not that intense. I mean, it's noticeable because I really went in. If I had gone in with a lighter hand, then we wouldn't have seen this color payoff. Sometimes I'll take my blushes all the way back here, but I haven't been recently. Alright, if you guys are keeping up, I am pregnant with twin boys. And listen, we have April and May. That's all that we have left. I have like something on my face. We have April and May, and then they'll be here the end of the first week of June. So we're about into the single digits here, which is just it's literally insane. So pretty. So I built that up to get that pigmentation, but if you were to use a light hand, you would be working. You'd have to do a lot of layers to get it to that color, but look, we're not playing today. We're not playing. This one does have a little bit of a sheen to it, so you really don't have to put blush, or I mean highlighter over it, but you know I am. Going in with MAC Double Gleam as my highlighter. If you guys have this, you know how wonderful it is. It's similar to that blush where you can make it light-handed and kind of have more of a subtle look, or you can go in. I like to go in just with the same brush, and I just kind of stamp it over, but more focus on the top of my cheek. Now, I know you see that. I know you see that. Let's see, what have we done? We are almost done with our birthing classes. We have 2 birthing classes left. We've done Breastfeeding 101. We've done Newborn Basics. We did 4 weeks of Lamaze, which is kind of a mix of learning to breathe and relax during labor, but also the different ways to labor, different medication options if you choose to go that route. Just information, animated videos on both ways you can birth. So, super informative. The classes that we have left are, we have this weekend a multiples class, so for parents having multiples. And then at the end of April, we'll have a Breastfeeding 201 class, and then we'll be completely done with them. They're all virtual, and they're all through my hospital where I'm delivering and going for care throughout pregnancy. So it's very informative and very helpful. We ended up getting them for free. They had like a little fee. It wasn't too bad of a fee, honestly, for each class, and some of them were free. But they had to like reschedule some of them, and for that inconvenience, they just made them all free for us. So I was like, thanks. Base products are done. So like glowy, natural, just like your skin, but a little bit more enhanced. Definitely my favorite routine for base products. Basically always do it the same way, but I'll just kind of switch out the actual products used. Really love it. So for eyeshadow, let's go on with this oldie but goodie, the Lorac Pro Eyeshadow Palette 3. Do you have this? I don't think you can get it anymore. But I want to take a brush, like a crease brush. Let's use the Sephora crease brush. And we're just going to go in first with clay, which is this one right here. And put some on the brush, tap it off, and then run this along the crease. Okay, so my whole goal with all of this was to get a lot of the stuff done in March that we needed. So birthing class, we had our family baby shower, which was good. Had a lot of fun with that. It was really relaxing and low-key, which I love. It's my favorite. We'll have a friend baby shower in a couple of weeks. Oh, my friend's gonna do my maternity photos. So I should message her today. Well, she's out of town, so I don't want to message her while she's out of town. It's her kid's spring break, so they went on a trip together. Clay we did. Now let's go next door to terracotta, and we'll just kind of put it all over again. Just build it up a little bit. So I need to get that scheduled. Outside of those things, so the 2 birthing classes, the friend baby shower, and the baby photos, that will pretty much wrap up like the traditions or like all those type of things that we do. I'll actually post some photos on the screen from our family baby shower. Or if you follow me on Make Life Fit in my stories, I already shared them, but shared them like right after it happened. So that will be all for like the traditions. So I think we're really gonna start nesting and getting everything set up. Jared's back's doing so much better. He had a follow-up with the nurse and she wasn't super helpful, so we don't know that everything she told us is exactly how it's gonna be. Let's go with cool toe, but we're just gonna build that up as well. So he has a follow-up with the actual surgeon next week. So I think we'll have a better idea if what she said was on point or if she was off base on a couple of things, because she said he won't need physical therapy and that he'll be able to go back to work sooner. So I'm just curious if that's what the surgeon thinks as well, or if she was just talking to talk. I didn't find her very helpful, so I don't have much confidence in it. So we'll see what the actual surgeon says at that appointment next week. But Jared's feeling better. He's moving better. He still has a little bit of pain through his body, but like that nerve damage is being healed. He's not in a constant state of pain. He's doing more around the house and all of that. So it seems like we're on the right track. Then let's go in with this color right here. So pretty. We're just gonna tap that on the lid. As far as how I'm feeling, I'm officially in the 3rd trimester. I'm getting bigger by the minute, literally by the minute. I would say my energy's good when I have it. I just don't have very much of it. So by the time I get home from work, like, we're done. I do have a little bit more energy in the morning, so I will get stuff done around the house in the morning before work with no extra product. We're just gonna blend that out. But that's that's about it. Lots of resting outside of that. Still teaching my classes and all of that, working through how my job will function without me when I'm gone. We're going to take the jet black and we're going to make it like an eyeliner with this small brush. Just going to stamp it along my lash line. Super simple. The closer I can get it to my lash line, the better I like it, but sometimes it gets a little out of hand. But that's it for this palette. Just very simple. We'll go in with a fluffy brush with no product and just kind of clean up around the edges. This palette is so pretty. I just feel like it does like a professional eye look every time I use any of the Lorac Pros. Like, it's really sad that they don't really make them anymore. They do make palettes, but I just don't hear amazing things about the quality, so I've never tried their newer stuff. Going in with Maybelline The Falsies Mascara. I like to do this first so it can have a nice amount of time to dry down. Especially if I make a mistake, it gives it time to dry down. Also, time to dry down before I have to do my setting spray. Alright, and then I've been keeping it the same with my brows, going with the $1 Billion Brows in taupe, and mostly just filling in this edge here, because that's where my brows are the most sparse. And then I'll do it on this side. And then I'll go over it with Maybelline Express Brow Gel in Clear. Do you like the fluffy kind of natural look? And I have found that filling it in on the edge and then just fluffing it all with this gel has really made a look that I appreciate, that I like, that I want. So I'm starting to get into like nesting, so I might do some videos on that. I mentioned in last week's video like the stuff that all my Mercari stuff that I'm selling. I want to go through that and make some changes to those listings, and I also want to take some things off of the listings and just donate, declutter them, and then there's some things I want to add on to the listing. So that's just a job that I really want to get done. We need to flip furniture in the bedrooms, paint rooms, organize, declutter. Like, we have a lot to do that I think we'll finally get to in this next like 10 weeks or so. And we don't have to have everything done, right? Like, we just mostly need to have in place what they'll need when they get home. So we're gonna do like individual pack and plays as their bassinets. So we'll have to make sure we got those, the mattress, the sheets, like all that ready to go. Make sure we have our diapers, clothes, all of that, so that the first few months we're set, and then we can keep adapting as we go along. The thing with twins is this is the only children pregnancy situation we're gonna do, so it's like every stage is gonna be so intense because there's 2 of them, but then that stage is like completely done. So newborn stage, like as soon as they're out of it, we don't need those newborn clothes anymore, so we'll move those out, give them to someone, donate them, whatever. And we have a small house, so we need to really stay on top of that. 0 to 3 months, when they're done, we're done with those diapers, we're done with those toys that are going to be, you know, too young for them to use as they get older. Obviously, toys that will grow with them, they'll keep. So any bouncers they won't fit in anymore, we'll move them out when they're done. So it's like, it's going to be like every stage is super intense and quick, and then it's done. And I'm just trying to like mentally prepare for that. We're going to set with e.l.f. Sale Day Blue Light Micro Setting Mist. I have gotten questions, am I working when babies are born? Yes. Neither one of us makes enough money to support 2 adults, 2 babies, 2 dogs. So we need to combine efforts. But I can take my kids to work with me. We have a daycare, and then the daycare is closed for a few hours each day. They can just be with me in my office. I can come home and work from home, but there's a lot of flexibility in what that looks like. And then there's also preschool that I'll get for 50% off, and preschool will become an option for them at 1 year old. I'm going to try to push to 2 years. I've had some other coworkers who've done this where their kids were in the daycare when the daycare was open, in their office when the daycare was closed, and they were able to get to almost 2 years doing that. So that's going to be my goal, but it's ultimately going to depend on how they are with it. The babies, the boys, if they're cool and chill, maybe we can go a little bit past 2 years. If they just need to be free, they need more space and attention during that time, then we can go in. I will get 50% off of that. It's still pretty expensive, but it's like a third of childcare, what any other childcare would be. So it still works for us. And then, ooh, yes, this is the CoverGirl Clean Fresh Yummy Gloss in Havana Good Time. I do like these. And this is the final look. It's cute, y'all. It's cute. Hopefully the lighting's not too awful. It looks like on the screen it's a little dark, but I think we can get through it. Final look. Glowy. Natural. But like she tried. She put some effort in, alright? But she didn't put too much effort in. That's what we're always going for. So a little recap on the new products. So we used the eye patches first time from Good Molecules. Those were cool. We like those. Then we used the MAC Studio Fix and N4. I've been really enjoying this. I've mostly been using it as a setting powder, but it is a powder foundation, so I could try it as like on its own. Maybe one day I'll try that. And then the Too Faced Golden Hour Cloud Blush. So cute. And then the e.l.f. Squeeze Me Lip Balm and Strawberry. Those are the products that I picked up from the Ulta sale. And I know the sale is still going on, but I don't plan on purchasing any more from it. I feel good about these 4 products that I got. I got some like body care, like lotion and body wash, but that's like boring stuff. It was just like Tree Hut. But yeah, that's everything that we're using. All the other products are either discontinued or I've been using them for a while and really enjoying them. You can see that even though we went a little bit darker on foundation and on concealer, it's not like an obvious, like there's no like start and stop, and it just makes my skin look enhanced, but you're not like zeroing in on like my under eyes having wrinkles or like the smile lines or like the lines in my forehead that are just part of aging. I just think it looks pretty and enhances what's naturally happening without drawing like unwanted attention towards it. So that's where we are with the Get Ready With Me. I'll give you guys a little bump date. And then for the bump, we are definitely getting bigger. As you can see, yeah, we're only gonna get bigger in the next 10 weeks, which is wild. So baby, they're just in there moving all day long, just moving. Alright, I have to go finish getting ready for work. Thank you guys so much for being here. Please subscribe if you're new, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye!